Guys, I have a special guest with me on this video, Nathan Payne. We're gonna sit down and we're gonna talk about how he's transitioning from just doing assignment wholesale deals into doing multiple types of other strategies that are really allowing him to scale and blow up his business. We're gonna talk specifically about a fix and flip deal that did $145,000 net profit. This is really good, guys, because a lot of times you can limit yourself, you can be inside a box, and you wanna make sure that that does not happen so you continue to grow and progress. All of that and more coming up.
Go to InvestorThrive.com right now to check out some of our free training on how you can make money as a real estate investor, or schedule a time with me so we can chat about our mastermind mentorship and how we can help you learn how to wholesale nationwide and grow your business.
Nathan, awesome to be here with you.
Good.
Thank you for taking time. You know, it's fun because I've gotten to really work with you and know you, but a lot of it's been on Zoom.
Yeah.
You know, isn't that amazing? I'm in Puerto Rico, you're in Utah, and we've been able to really do quite a bit of networking, and you've been helping me a lot with coaching on some of my mentoring program students, and so it's been fun to get to know you and watch your business grow.
Appreciate it.
You came through my coaching program a couple years ago,
That's right.
and you've just blown up the business, and I want to talk about how you've been able to scale.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
And that's fun. But Nathan, as you've grown your wholesaling business, right before we started recording, you said it takes a team.
It takes a team, Jerry.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't definitely not do this by myself, especially like the volume that we're doing monthly and the flips that we've started to do. I mean, because of you. I mean, we just looked at wholesaling as like that's what we wanted to do, right? But now it's like, flipping is the play.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, who knows what's going to happen with the interest rates? But right now,
and that's the right way to think about it right now, because what I love, Nathan, is you went from like we just do assignments and that's our business model, and we're doing 3, 4, 5 a month, and it's awesome.
I don't think we even did a flip into that point,
which is normal. Like I started out the same way, just doing assignments, and I think I didn't touch a different type of deal for like 2 years. Just assignments. Trying to do as many as I could a month. This is Metro Detroit, long time ago. And then I started to transition. And so watching you transition has been a lot of fun. But what I love about it is, in the conversations we have quite a bit, are you don't want to be a one-trick pony.
Not at all.
In the business. And you want to be careful too that you don't limit yourself and have blinders on, because then you're missing other opportunities.
Yeah, 100%.
And so I like to say that I'm a real estate investor, which means like a lot of things, versus like a wholesaler, or a fix and flipper, or a landlord, or whatever it might be.
That's exactly what I took from your fast track. I mean, you said that if you just think you're a wholesaler, you're putting yourself in a box, right?
Yes.
And that's what I took from the fast track, is like, hey, we got to look at every deal and decide what is the best option, right?
Yeah.
And now when we look at deals, we analyze them for, is this going to be good to buy and hold? Is this going to be a good Airbnb? Is it going to be a good fix and flip? I mean, all that, it helped us a ton to make more money.
Yeah, I remember your first wholetail, which was fun. We did a video. We'll put the link in the description. If you don't know what wholetailing is, it's basically when you buy it, don't really do anything to it, and just resell it.
100%.
Buy at a discount, resell it. And you went from like, what it would have been maybe a, who knows, 15, 20,000 normal wholesale deal, doing an assignment, and made 86. $86,000. Really cool story.
And really nothing to it. We just cleaned it out, paid about $200 and just listed it.
Yeah. And why is that? Why will going on market with a deal you buy, why the spread there?
Well, right now inventory has been pretty low, so buyers in Salt Lake City, Utah, they're going to buy something that maybe previously they wouldn't, right?
Yeah.
And that's why we're able to get the amount of money. And I think like when you wholesale deal, it's fine, if it's quick cash, but you kind of give up the spread that the flipper is going to make, right? So now we're like, hey, we don't really need the flipper. Let's just list this thing, and it's been helping us tremendously.
Isn't that amazing how like it used to be, here's fully renovated, here's wholesale, and then there's all this room in here in the market, right?
Yeah.
And now retail buyers are like creeping up, where the price they'll pay for an unrenovated home is not that far off sometimes.
It's not. Like maybe you can discount it like 10, 20,000, and they're like, hey, that's cheaper than what like a flipped house, and I can do a little of the work myself. So it's been helping us a lot. I mean, we just have one in Payson, Payson, Utah, where we bought it and literally just carpeted and painted it, and now we're going to do like another $80K wholesale deal.
Awesome.
It's crazy.
So if you think about this, when you take it down, then it opens up a whole bunch of options, right? You
100%.
mentioned a couple of them. But even with flipping, you can do nothing and just resell. You can do a punch list, which
Right.
sometimes is necessary because if you're going to retail it, there's probably a few things to fix.
Exactly.
You could do a super lipstick on a pig type carpet paint where you're still not doing much. You're not doing new counters and new tile and all of that. Or you can go to that next level and do kitchens and baths.
Right. And we
Right.
did do one that was a little higher end that we
Yeah.
told you about, where we made our biggest. It was our
I
first
wanna
like
talk
real
about that
flip.
one.
It was
Yeah.
our first like big one.
Real one.
Yeah.
But then you can go all the way up to like complete redesigns where you're putting in, headers and roofs and windows and big heavy rehabs.
Right. Yeah.
And anywhere in between. And so what's awesome is to do what you're doing where you
love it.
you look at the deal and you're like, okay, what's our best exit?
I love it because you put those numbers in, so it's just a math calculation pretty much on the calculator. You're like, okay, what would it be like if we put 50K into it or 100? What would the ARV? What
Yeah.
could we get? And what if we put 0? And then you see those numbers, and it's just like easy at that point. You just make the best decision for the team.
And sometimes it's not always go all the way because there's time, energy, and effort when you do the
Right.
big part.
The whole time, right? It could be you go all the way. You might hold it for 5-6 months, but a wholesale might be two months.
Yeah.
So
you have to kind of look at where am I at in my business, where am I at with deals, what kind of bandwidth do I have right now, and then make those decisions. But isn't it amazing? Isn't the business awesome when you have options?
Oh, I love it. And the cool thing is, like, when you just wholesale, you're limiting yourself to that, and I feel like lower spread sometimes. Depends like how great your buyers are. But if you can do wholesaling to keep the cash flow coming
Yes.
in while you flip,
Yeah.
I think that's, if you can leverage both, that's where the business starts exploding. If you're just wholesaling always, you're not gonna make as much, in my opinion. And in this business, you definitely, with the marketing spend, you have to maximize every deal right now.
I kind of like to look at it like this. So your fix and flips are like your get rich money because you don't have a lot of control over when that thing's going to actually close and sell. A little bit, but right, like you get a deal and maybe it's a 4-month rehab or whatever you're going to put up for sale, sell it. And so those are like these big paychecks that come sporadically.
Right.
Ideally,
It's
you
true.
get that dialed in where they're every month, but they kind of come and go, but they're these big spreads. But wholesaling is what I call your paycheck money.
Keep the money coming in.
It's your pay bills money.
Yeah, for the marketing, because you don't want to stop your marketing
Yes.
if you're marketing heavy. I mean, one thing that's really helped our business too is implementing what you've said is like networking. We call it organic marketing, but that's like working with agents. Because if you can get deals without spending, that really helps your business be consistent.
time,
So
yeah.
we've been doing a lot of those too.
Yeah, that's awesome. So then you get those hits every month on the wholesale deals. That pays your bills, pays your overhead, keeps your team going,
Yep.
right?
And then those big
It
flips
can
come.
fund your payments on your big deals because you got carrying costs, and then you land that big deal, and
Yeah.
that big deal comes in, and
Everyone's
it's that,
stoked.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. You did this fix and flip deal, broke over 100,000, didn't it?
Yeah, I think it was $145,000
That's
profit.
right.
The check was $197,000, which we didn't make that. Obviously, you got expenses. But when we got that check, we were like, "This is awesome.
This is cool.
This is cool. Yeah, for sure."
So what was that like? You did a fix and flip. Let's talk the numbers, high level.
So
Your buy, rehab, and
we got it
sell.
at 275.
Okay.
I think we put in like 30, 25 to
so
30.
not that big a rehab.
Really didn't, because we were able to get. I feel like the work we got was pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
We put a brand new deck on the front. The deck was kind of falling off in the front.
Mm-hmm.
And we put a brand new deck, carpet, paint, redid the kitchen.
New cabinets or just counters or
The
what?
cabinets are pretty new at that point. Just the countertops before were a little
Did you
older.
paint them? Paint the cabinets?
We
or no?
didn't.
Okay, just
So-
countertops.
So I wouldn't say it was like this crazy rehab, but it was
Yeah.
definitely more than we've ever done. And and it got more. We listed it for $490, and we got an offer at $515. The house was built in 1911. It was like
Old house.
Old house. So they came back and they said, "Hey, there's some things. Cosmetically, you guys did a good job, but there were some issues." So we gave them a little bit of a deal. I think we ended up selling at $505. But so $15K above list price. And
Couldn't
yeah.
ask for a better deal though.
No.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
And end to end, how long did that deal take? From buy to resell?
So this one was a little interesting because in order to get it, the seller wanted to stay in it for a month after we closed on it. So we gave him a post-possession.
Okay.
So we let him stay in there for a month. He moved all his stuff out. Had a lot of trash, so that took some time to clean it out. But I think end to end, maybe like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
It
So
was-
pretty fast
yeah, it was pretty quick. Yeah.
to make $145,000.
Yeah, it was pretty dang nice. Yeah.
So this is the lesson, guys. Don't wholesale your home run deals.
I guarantee you we would have made like less than half of 145 on our wholesale deal because they would have beat us up.
Yeah.
The sellers, the buyers, the flippers would have been like, look how trashy it is, or look at all this. But the thing that's been awesome for us too is just cleaning it out.
Yeah.
Almost gets you like 10 or 15K more. Just to make it look nice.
So I have this strategy it works really good with on market where there's a seller and the seller's really messy and like a hoarder. And then the agent doesn't really understand how to take good pictures.
Yep.
So bad lighting, crap everywhere.
Ooh, people are like, mm-mm.
And so it just looks terrible. And then you buy that, you get them out of there, and you just go in there and clean it out, and then take nice pictures with good lighting and put it back up for sale. You didn't do anything.
But it looks like a brand new house.
And you sell for $50,000, $60,000 more or whatever,
That's what we did with the Payson one. Like the old people were living in there, but so it was old furniture and it just looked nasty. We just moved it out, cleaned it. We did carpet and paint, but it looks like a brand new house now,
Yeah, I think the thing that limits people, and tell me if this was for you, it was for me, is when you're doing wholesaling, you're not really doing a whole lot of cash management. Like you are a little bit on your marketing, because you got to constantly spend money on marketing, but it's not nearly the same as carrying debt. And as soon as you start to carry debt, it brings on like a whole nother level of anxiety.
It really does. So, I mean, we've had to I guess you could say man up and be like, hey, this is the next level, we got to do it. And luckily, raising the money to do it, the hard money lenders, and you can find them anywhere.
Yeah.
But the private money, I have a HELOC, a couple guys on my teams have HELOCs. We also have private money lenders that we're able to pull money from. So getting the money has been another step where back in the day, I wouldn't have felt as comfortable like asking people for money, but now I'm like, I know exactly, I run the numbers, I feel confident. Like I can ask people and be like, hey, this is going to sell, your money's protected.
Yeah.
So
there's
that's
good equity, it's a good deal.
Exactly.
Lend me the money. And so raising capital is got to be a priority. And that now, Nathan, will be like top priority for the rest of your career, right? Because you need more capital for bigger deals or more deals, and you're always looking for cheaper money. So raising money just never ends now.
Yeah.
Because even if you have really good money, you're going to want cheaper money.
Just get it as cheap as you can.
So learning how to raise money, making that a priority in your business is what's going to allow you to just continue to grow. And me, I'm all about margin. So moving up in the price points is where you start to get those spreads.
For sure. And I told you this before, but your little packet in Flipster,
that
I used that exactly to meet with some people and take them through it when I asked them for private money. It was perfect. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Awesome,
it's got kind of some of the tools to
the questions that are asked. I was like, they had a question. Let me check real quick with Jerry. And I read it. Nice.
I'll put the link to that resource, but or you can go to getflipster.com to
get Flipster.
But that's really awesome. So raising capital now is a part of your business. Like you said, what most people don't realize is 80 to 90% of the money is really easy to get with hard money.
Oh, like that.
If you have a deal.
Right.
If it's not a deal, it's a different story. But if you have a good deal, they'll give you that money.
Some lenders, if it's a great deal, they'll fund the whole thing.
100%. Yeah.
And even the rehab costs. We've had one where they're like, hey, we'll even give you rehab money. Because they feel so confident with the deal. So.
Yeah, because your spreads are good. Your equity's good in it. Yeah. So that's exciting. So do you have some new fix and flips on the horizon, or where's your mix right now?
Well,
still looking because don't rush into them. Like make them home run deals.
Right. Yeah. Well, we did a creative financing deal that's working right now, where we worked out with the seller where he was a contractor. He just didn't have the money to fix it up. So I was like, hey, look, we'll give you some money down, put that towards the house, and we'll give you a higher asking price. Once you fix it up. So we got that going on in North Salt Lake.
Yeah.
But it's exciting to know that that's another exit strategy we can use, because as a wholesaler, when you first start, if you're just a one-trick pony, the amount of deals you can do is very limited. I mean, the people right now with Zillow and all the information on the internet, they literally just look at it and they're like, I want that price. So if you're going to get a wholesale deal and that's all you know how to do, their options are limited, I feel like. I mean, compared to flipping, creative financing, all that stuff.
And the assignment is the lowest paying technique.
Because you have to add in the spread that the flipper wants to make. So if you take that spread the flipper needs to make out of it,
there's more room.
There's way more room.
Yeah,
and it's been
really
awesome.
Good. What would you say for somebody listening? I know you're doing quite a bit of coaching and helping people. What would you say for new investors would be the biggest thing that you could tell them to do to either get that start or maybe even transition out of assignments only, into maybe some different types of deals? What do you think's the thing that kind of holds people back?
Well, what held us back was not feeling confident that we could do it, and not knowing our numbers and maybe running the math and feeling like we could take on the risk. That was where I was at. But there came a point where I was like, look, all these flippers are making great money right now, and we're giving them like those spreads to do it. Like we can do exactly what they're doing. We know how to go on Thumbtack or any of these like sites right now and hire a contractor, go on Facebook. So we just started doing it. But I would say, for when I talk to students or people that are new, just take action. Like you're not going to learn it from just watching stuff. You're going to learn it from action, and that's how we've gotten to this point. We literally just did it, and we could have failed, but luckily we didn't.
Yeah, I love that about you, Nathan, and your team, Corey, and your guys, because you guys are constantly trying to learn. I've never seen someone who's takes education as serious as you do and taking action.
I appreciate it.
And that's really what this is all about. Like, it's not just we're here at a conference. It's not just go learn some cool thing. Like, do it.
Literally, I mean, I've been to conferences where it's like your mind gets blown and you go back and you're like, I don't know. I learned so much, but now when I go to conferences, like, what's the one or two things I can implement from this conference, right?
That I can do Monday when I get home.
And that's what I got from going to Fast Track. I mean, it's like 2 days of this, like all this information. I was like, what can I learn from, this experience? And the one thing you helped us out with a ton was me and Corey, we're business partners, right? And you said sometimes a business partner's 1 + 1 can equal 1. And that was us. We were 1 + 1 equaling 1. But now it's like 1 + 1 equals, I would say 50 or 100. Right now, I mean, I'm saying that might be too much, but we definitely we're doing our own
leveraging your expertise. Yeah.
So
I remember talking to you because like both of you would go on appointments sometimes or whatever.
We drive to appointments together because we had fun. We're buddies. We went to college together, and our team, we're all friends. So it's sometimes we just like to hang out and go on appointments. So, but definitely
really transitioning into a business where you're leveraging the people on your team to do way more than you're doing on your own.
Yeah, and one last thing about that question, like what I tell new investors is learn the math. Learn how to crunch numbers, because you can definitely, if the numbers make sense, you'll feel confident. But if you don't know how to run a really good ARV, know your rehab costs and where you need to get it, even the hard money, if you don't know how to do that stuff and feel confident, you're not going to want to flip, right? But flippers, they feel confident because they look at their numbers and they're like, okay, this makes sense.
And because you guys do nationwide, this is something you've learned really well. You guys are really good at it. In fact, you've helped a number of my students dispo their deals. You're always offering that. So guys, leave a comment. Nathan will watch the comments too. But if you need help to dispo a deal, it doesn't matter where it's at. Nathan and his team, they'll get on that. They'll find you a buyer and they'll JV with you on deals.
We got nationwide buyers lists. We've paid a lot of money in starting nationwide and going all over the country. We were buying buyers lists like crazy because we're like, we need to figure this out. So we got buyers everywhere, and we have a good process.
Or you'll find a buyer.
We'll find a buyer.
Yeah, because you know how to find them.
And really, finding a buyer sometimes it just takes a lot of effort. You got to make a lot of calls, a lot of texts, but we got the manpower.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we'll help you out.
And you're doing a YouTube channel now, putting out some great content. Love to see that.
Jerry,
we'll put that below as well.
I'm really just following your footsteps. I'm like, what's Jerry doing? Okay, he's flipping. He's got the YouTube channel. I got to do it all. But that's the
awesome.
way. You got to learn from others that are doing things and just follow them. So
love that. Thank you. Well, guys, make sure you follow Nathan. Him and his team are doing some cool things, and you've got your team with you.
I brought my team. I don't ever leave the house without my team. I don't leave anywhere without my team.
I got to tell you, Nathan, I love the environment that you create.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
My son works for you, and I've met, Corey and some of your guys. But how do you create? What is it that you create there that's so special? I mean, I feel like they all have. It's not just like a job, but they care and they feel a part. So what are you doing there that's different? I don't know if this is correct, right? But I try to act like this isn't just me. This isn't my business. Like, we're building something together. I'm trying to create something where, like, a lot of them might think like, oh, other people might think I'm just working for someone, but I'm trying to create like a legacy for all of us, right? Like, let's build something where we're not just wholesaling. We're fixing, flipping. Maybe we might go into commercial. Like, let's build this together. And if any of them leave, right? Yeah. I'm not going to be upset.
I'm gonna say, hey guys, like I'm glad you learned from, you know, what we have here. Go do your own thing, but I want them to succeed. So that might be the environment where it's like, hey, this is us, not just me.
Well, you know, it's interesting because if you're a good visionary, Nathan, then the right people will see your vision and they're going to want to be a part of that. And so if you're sharing a vision of, hey guys, we're going places, you want to attach to this train because it's going places.
I don't know when we'll get there, but we're going somewhere.
And people will feel that though. People want to be part of something special. And even if it's not special now, if they believe it's going to be special, they'll help make it special. They'll do the work.
And I think that's it hits the nail on the head. Like, we're trying to build something special, and I want them to be a part of it.
So you love your team, and you brought your team, and we want to show some love to your team.
Show some love to the team.
Let's bring them in here.
Hey,
come on,
team,
guys.
come on in.
Let's
here,
come
brothers.
on in here. Get in the shot.
We got an Airbnb. We're all staying together. We're gonna have some fun this weekend.
Okay.
Living legend.
Here we go. Tell us who everybody is, Nathan.
All right, right here we got Corey Roysum, business partner, went to college together. Big helper. He's the rock of the business. You know, sometimes this is my, this is me. I'm like the roller coaster. I'm up highs and lows. I asked Corey, I'm like, Corey, you worried about this? He's like, I ain't never worried. We got to keep it going. We call him the Roysum Rock.
That's right.
Corey Roysum.
Love it.
Objective look on everything.
Sean Hayes, acquisitions guy, helps us with leads management, and he helps me with the coaching. He's the funniest guy you'll ever meet. Awesome.
Pleasure to be here.
And
he's Puerto Rican, can't you tell?
Puerto Rican, half Puerto Rican. Para mi gente, mi boricua, gracias.
Okay.
And yeah, he knows what he's doing. So I love him because he just works super hard, and he just loves everybody. And he's a super. I'll tell one thing real quick about him. He was gonna come work with me door-to-door sales like 6 years ago when I was doing door-to-door. And he didn't come because something came up. But I said, oh man, dude, I paid for your ticket to come out here already. He's like, I'll pay you back. And he paid me back. Most people don't pay you back. So I said, I gotta hire him.
Some high character there.
Yeah, so he paid me back, and that's why I hired him. I said, this guy, he's legit.
Awesome.
I forgot about that story. Thank you.
Yeah, man, you're the man. And then we got my boy Eric Goodell. Man, this guy's a workhorse. And, you know, nobody, the buyers, he works with the buyers in Dispo. Nobody can shake him. If they're like trying to like negotiate a deal with him, he stays strong.
He closes
He started flipping. He's like, nah,
I'm not as nice.
He's not as nice, right? Like he just says it how it is, and you know, if they don't like it, he'll find another buyer.
Yeah, love that. So you say, this is our number. We're gonna make $30,000. If you don't like that, then we got other buyers. Tell me right now.
Ideally.
Yeah, right. That's awesome.
It depends if there's only one buyer that wants it.
Yeah, that's the only buyer.
doesn't matter. He doesn't know.
But yeah, this is a team, and couldn't do it without him. And I think that's something people need to know is if you want to scale your business, you're not going to scale a wholesaling, flipping, fix like all that by yourself. You got to have a sick team.
No, but
behind
it's not this massive operation, right? You're not like this big building full of people. It's a small group of you guys, and you're out there doing deals every single month. I mean,
yeah, and we're having fun.
And you're having fun.
We're having a great time.
If you're not having fun, then what's the point, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the money wears out real fast.
I mean, I could go work at Costco and just not worry about anything. But it's fun to build something. That's what we're doing. So, thanks for having the team, showing them some love out here.
All right,
Yeah, thanks for having me.
guys, leave a comment. These guys are flipping geniuses. Leave a comment and say, Nathan, you and your team, you guys are flipping geniuses.
And if you want to reach out to the team, hit us up. I'm sure you'll put a link in there.
Yep, we'll put your YouTube channel and
that'll be good. YouTube, and if you comment or reach out to me through there, I got some links, and we'll help you dispo. And I want to be just like you, Jerry. I want to give value to people.
Yeah.
I want to help people out. So that's my goal. And the YouTube channel is just give value, help out as many people as I can.
That's awesome. All right, thanks guys for joining us on this video. We'll see you on the next video.
Later.